For decades, Carmel Beattie held senior roles in tourism marketing in Australia and around the world. When she returned from working overseas 2.5 years ago, aged 61, she expected to find a job easily, but she was wrong.
It was just a series of closed doors, and over the last 2 years I've applied for upwards of 300 roles, and the majority of those have actually I haven't even received a reply to say thanks very much, but no thanks.
The attitude she's confronted contrasts to the Pacific Islands, where she worked as a CEO.
Working in the Pacific, the older you are, the more you are venerated. I mean, the more knowledge you've gained, the more experience you've gained, and in general, the society values you at a greater extent.
Professor Marion Baird heads the discipline of work at Sydney University, and she says older job seekers in Australia face big hurdles.
They experience quite remarkable age discrimination on trying to re-enter the labour market.
The plight of older workers could be made worse by new government incentives to hire unemployed job seekers aged between 16 and 35 who have suffered a jobs decline during the recession. The hiring credit provides a $200 a week wage subsidy for workers aged 16 to 29 and a $100 a week subsidy for workers aged 30 to 35. To be eligible, employees must average 20 hours a week work over the quarter.
The details of the scheme seem to provide an incentive for employers to cherry pick people from the labour market of a particular age, and also to abandon people who are older in the labour market. So you could substitute someone who is 40 with someone who is 22.
Under the scheme, employers will have to show they aren't just replacing older, more expensive workers with younger, cheaper ones by increasing their headcount and wages bill. But experts say that in practice that'll be easy to get around, especially in larger workplaces where casuals churn in and out of jobs.
Apart from the 20 hours a week on average, there's no other requirement to employ a permanent or a casual worker. So it's definitely a recipe for casualisation.
Sophia Flores lives at Delahaye on the outskirts of Melbourne. Her husband recently lost his job at 59.
They told him they haven't got more work for him because he was a casual, full-timer.
Now the family's relying on her income as a school cleaner and doing it tough.
I might be lose my job. It plays in my mind every day. Not only to me, but to a lot of other people with, in my age. I live out myself, but I know a lot of people that working really hard to pay the mortgage, kids, bills, and now as soon as we get a bit older, nobody wants to have nothing to do with us. Why? We contribute to the community all these years.
The young are being hit hard, but the pattern of all past recessions is that a large cohort of older workers lose their jobs and many never work again.